Hello.
Hello, hello, hello.
Test 1, 2.
And we're on, but I guess I don't know if we're on iCannabis Radio or if this is an episode of Peanuts.
No, that's what the Peanuts thing is. I don't want to do it because I don't want to have to pay for it, but it's faster.
Yep. Okay. Just making sure.
Welcome to Monday nights.
Woohoo!
I'm not on.
I don't know why you're
Yes, you are on. You just aren't as loud as you normally are.
Test.
Oh,
1, 2.
Levi's on.
Levi's definitely on. He wasn't even that close.
Sorry.
Hello. Warren said I'm on.
Ooh, and we even got two cameras going.
Hello.
The lovely ladies are both on. Well, welcome everybody to iCannabis Radio and the Georgia and Amy Show. We are here.
But you're not Georgia or Amy.
I know.
You're Warren. He's
Sure.
the W.
The W.
The W.
W.
Big W.
But yeah, it's working, and we got a great show this evening with a bunch of things going on. We, of course, already have Levi here. And
Hello.
so, which is great because we can, there we are, even better. We can get to him even earlier than usual because luckily we don't have a lot of news. But then we will also have Ean Seeb from Denver Relief and Denver Relief's Green Team talking about what they do at Denver Relief, as well as kind of the interesting project that is the Green Team and some of the stuff they've done in the past and what they've got coming up for 420, right, Amy?
Lots of stuff going on. They have a really good participation program, so they'll feed you, clothe you, and help you get to and from the event, so you don't have to worry about transportation.
Do you get to dress out of Ian's closet?
I want to read that closet,
Well,
and that's saying something.
And holy sweet Jesus, I mean, 420 weekend is turning into quite the event. I mean, Friday night alone, I don't know how we survive.
Oh my God! Oh my God! Warren.
Yes.
Barrington.
Mm-hmm. Well, we had Georgia Loves Barrington Levy, and so he's part of the High Time Show,
Right?
which is at City Hall,
Yeah.
meaning some like 80s and 90s reggae, which will be, awesome.
Superstar.
We
Frickin'
already had,
Roots.
Too Short playing at Castleman's
Right.
the same night, which is part of the 420 event shows and is sponsored by our friends at Platte River. And then, they just added Cypress Hill for that same night for the Ogden. And so, I mean, my head hurts, but I'm not sure how I can go to everything.
I think
I
this
know what I'm
means
doing.
that we need to rent a party bus and then just kind of run around town like we're 18-year-olds again.
That's why we have Derek and Jenny. Because we don't. Hey, I'm cut off.
We all are. There we go.
There we go.
Whoa.
That's why we have Derek and Jenny, because they are our party bus.
The blackout
and will
bus.
just hook us up with one of the various blackout buses. And
Because the windows are blacked out. Not
will
because
take
it's
care
expected
of
that
us.
anyone's going to.
yeah, right, and a little both. But anyway, that was kind of part of the news, because now that 420 weekend is even crazier with all the events going on.
It's amazing.
So if you get a little lost, we have a little tracker in the magazine. I was just showing Warren. We have that event he was just talking
And
about.
yes, can you open it up? Well, first,
Whoa.
there's
Put
a
it on
camera. Put it
The
on camera.
new issue of Colorado's Kush magazine.
Woo!
Yeah.
And
Higher.
then
Okay, there we go.
higher,
There we go.
there we go.
And now open it
Shameless
up.
promotion.
And
Always higher.
what page is it, Amy?
It starts on page number 20. So if you look, there's the first page. So it'll take you into the holiday. And the second page will help you finish it up.
And yeah.
She just said it'll take you into the holiday.
It is a holiday. It's a whole month-long holiday. It's kind of
That
ridiculous.
is a holiday.
It's the holiday.
And
It's like Seinfeld got to make up a holiday. The Stoners got to make up a holiday. The South Park got to make up a holiday.
The leprechaun's got to make up a holiday.
I think Hallmark has made up its fair
Fair
share.
share.
well, and Cinco de Mayo keeps getting bigger too. But that's a whole other story.
I'm not sure that's so made up.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's St.
And
Patrick's
for
Day.
us Americans,
Right.
it is very made
Right,
up.
right.
Is it much different than the St. Patrick's? I mean, we just saw rather different.
Yeah, you
St.
know what
Patrick's
doesn't
Day
happen?
parade.
You know what doesn't happen on St. Patrick's Day that happens on Cinco de Mayo? This whole idea of getting in your car and cruising down a road at 15 miles an hour. That's not a St. Patrick's Day thing. In fact, for the most part, people avoid driving vehicles on St. Patrick's Day.
Thank God.
And the people that were in vehicles, like myself or in a taxi, suffered that.
Yeah, right?
as well.
Right. Good point. Exactly.
Well, and since we talked to everybody last, we also had a Patients Out of Time get together last Wednesday, which was tremendously successful at Jake's Restaurant here in Denver.
3800 Walnut Street.
Had a ton of folks show up. It was great. We had fabulous donations from a bunch of different folks, including the Weed Pimp guys.
Oh my
came up
gosh.
from Colorado Springs.
Thank you guys.
and
They were fantastic.
Donated a ton of shirts and hats. And,
You know, it was
and
so
really were
cute.
quite
They
the
won all their
characters.
stuff. They won all their stuff.
Because they
and
bought
then-
all the tickets.
Then they were like, oh gosh, this is our stuff. So of course we traded it out, and people were thrilled. They were wonderful. They were huge supporters. Nodo Urban Garden Supply was a sponsor. MMD of Colorado was a sponsor.
Mad Hatter once again.
Mad Hatter, of course. I mean, it was just such Edson Maton and Matt's.
But we had the most. Actually, we didn't donate shit. But it was the most. What are we going to do? Oh yeah, you get to come talk to our lawyer for free. Woohoo! Yeah, we can help you get divorced. That's a great prize. But
Oh my gosh! In the book I'm reading, just for future reference, Warren, they put ads on bingo cards and bingo parlors for cut rate divorce
Yep.
prices.
and I think they make fun of people who put ads on bus stops. Where do you guys put ads?
We do put ads on bus
Yeah,
stops.
okay.
I'm very proud of our ad at Blake
anyway.
and
I saw
Broadway.
your
you.
ad on the bus stop. I was like, that's Georgia.
Isn't that nice? It's a great ad for MMD. Thank you.
But getting back to the actual
Oh, the
event
show,
rather
the
than
show.
your
Right,
ads.
right.
Yeah.
No, we had
Which-
this
that was an ad.
most interesting thing, though, because for those of you who haven't been to Jake's, they have a patio on the back that probably comfortably really does seat 100 with a cool little stage on the side. But because they don't have a full outdoor cabaret license yet, we weren't blasting the band outside. We had them inside. But we'd covered the stage with the stuff we were giving away, which was a number of shirts, gift certificates, various pipes, water pipes, and dab pipes.
That was beautiful, by the way.
And
Oh my gosh.
there are about 100, 110 people sitting at various tables out there. Garage door bar open into the restaurant with us listening to a really great band. Burning Lips.
Burnt
Burnt
lips.
Lips.
Burnt lips.
Because
yeah.
being a Flaming Lips guy, it kept confusing me.
I think that's the
I
whole
think
joke.
that's the gist.
No, they were
Play
around
on words.
first, actually.
Shut up.
No, what's really weird is if you Google the Burnt Lips,
Yeah.
they had the third video on MTV.
No way.
Yep, and it was a claymation video.
Oh, that's clever. Kind
Yep.
of like Mr. Bill.
It's no joke. And if you go back, you will find it. And you will. They played the song the other night. But anyway, the reason I tell this, there's actually a reason. In the middle of this outdoor patio with all these tables, this group of 3 families sat down to celebrate a birthday party. And the kids ranged from age, 3 to 11?
Younger than 3. There was a diaper. There was
Okay.
a diaper baby.
So a wide range, about 6 to 8 kids, 6 adults.
I know some kids that wore diapers till like they were 7.
That's a
No
bad
comment on that.
That's a whole nother show.
That's our Thursday night show.
But we all kind of kicked back and watched them interact with what was going on around them.
Well, and let's start off by saying, didn't Deborah say something to them first?
Well, first of all, we saw them sit down and look around
Yeah,
because obviously they were in, and there were 100 people around them all wearing some form of cannabis shirt. And there was a bunch of, let's be straight, bongs on the stage.
Yeah,
Okay. And so, and this is not a bar restaurant. This is a kind of a restaurant. It is an indoor-outdoor stage. Neither one's very big. It does have a nice bar in it, but it also is mainly, Wednesdays kids eat free. It's a big neighborhood
And it was
restaurant.
a Wednesday night, and so they were clearly
Wednesday night,
Yep.
kids eat free.
Right.
And they looked around. And so we waited 5-10 minutes. Nothing scary happened. And then Deborah from Patients Out of Time went up and talked to them briefly. And then we kind of sat back again. And a few minutes later, probably 15, 20 minutes later, we interacted with them again. And they actually made a donation at that point to Patients Out of Time and asked more questions about what was going on. And it was fascinating. I mean, because then 20 minutes later, there was actually an issue because they had their kids on the stage running around the glassware, running around the shirts, and doing things like taking pictures of them with it. Where we were all of a sudden uncomfortable to the point where, can you please get your kids away from the bong?
And it wasn't that we were uncomfortable with the kids. It was that we just wanted them to be thoughtful about the glass so that they wouldn't ultimately hurt themselves.
Well, and I'll be the lawyer. I mean, it's a potential PR nightmare to have the
PR
Denver
nightmare.
Post roll in there and have some kid up on stage playing around. And
That's
it's something
a very
that
good point.
clearly the people in the cannabis industry are really well aware of at this point.
Mm-hmm.
But now that all of a sudden the outsiders, the regular folks, the Joe softball, Jane soccer mom, are mixing in with us. Wow. That was fascinating, and we had to kick back and be cool about it because like we were saying, Georgia, a bunch of us started talking, 10 years ago, it would have been cop calls and where's the manager of the restaurant and F you and throw down and this is my favorite place. And instead, we got $20-$40 out of them. They had a great time and chatted up Dr. Shack to no end.
Oh, my God.
And they stayed longer than I did.
Oh, they did.
They stayed longer than, I left at 8:30.
The kids were wearing the party pants.
They were. They had their party pants on.
Pirate outfits, actually.
And they were all, actually, they were
specific.
really cute. But it was, I think it's a great story to tell because I remember when I first saw them, I got this pang of nervousness, not because I thought what we were doing was wrong, but because I thought they would feel uncomfortable with what they were doing.
Mm-hmm.
And I wasn't aware of what was going on about Deborah having talked to them or any of those kinds of things. I watched them, because I went and sat kind of in the front row when Dr. Shackelford and Josh Stanley spoke, and I watched them let their kids run around, and they were all listening to the presentations and paying attention. And it was neat. It was, it reminds me of this statistic that talks about, how many people think that marijuana should be legalized, and then when you ask the question, how many of you think your neighbors feel that way, the statistic cuts in half. We have to remember that more people than we realize believe that legalization is imminent and should be imminent.
Yeah, it's kind of surprising. I think we've had a pretty good information campaign, and there have been some people who have stepped up and been good role models. And it's very interesting though when you go to a different state that isn't akin to California or Colorado. It's almost feels like you're slipping back in time. It's very bizarre.
It is, and that kind of rolls right into the fact that we've now said this for 3 weeks in a row, but it's nice to have our news being that there is not a lot of local news for our MMCs.
Right.
Now, that said, we had a interesting statement made by Boulder District Attorney Stan Garnett last week, essentially doing what we wish our state attorney general would do and issuing a statement to the feds saying, come on, we got this under control. This isn't a risk to our kids. The local government can handle this. Please leave these businesses alone. And that was a great statement for Stan to make. That said, it resulted in a retort from our U.S. Attorney General John Walsh that was kind of the standard, whatever, it's against federal law, you can't do anything about it, and we'll do what we want to do. But an unfortunate note of that was he reiterated that round 2 of letters would be coming out soon, but we don't know what that is. And he did change things up in terms of this time they dropped the school word and said round 2 would focus on schools again. So that's kind of our latest in terms of what we think is going on here in Colorado. Now, that said, it might have been just a canned speech that they keep regurgitating and they just screwed up again. But that is what was said and reported a couple times and then resulted in a bunch of wonderful stories from like 9 News and Channel 4, just basically saying the feds are about to come in. But, that was like last Thursday, and we sit here on Monday. But we probably we're 2-3 weeks overdue for letters, so unfortunately we'll probably be reporting one next week, but hopefully we won't. Other than that, also kind of quiet on the Denver front and other local scenes around Colorado. And that is not a bad thing, particularly as we get closer and closer to 420 week.
The holiday of 420.
The holiday.
The holiday.
The holidays.
Can I ask that we think about a 420 song?
No.
So,
I could probably write one. I play
carol,
guitar.
some sort of carol.
And I sing,
Okay.
yeah. We can think one up.
Carol.
It'd
And
be fun.
I'm fine with cheesy.
Oh, it's got to be cheesy and it's got to be funny and maybe a little twangy, like bluegrass. Get it, bluegrass, green grass song.
I kind of like that. If any of our listeners have some ideas,
some clever lyrics,
send them to Amy.
Well, and I'm sure we can get Amy and Greg going on that because I mean, if a guy can get a minor hit for "Kill for a Cigarette," he can probably think up a 420 Christmas Carol.
I think that's a great idea. I think that's a great idea. Well, we're going to take a little breaky break to pay some bills. Is that right, Producer Chris? Yep. All right. We'd like to thank our sponsor, our friends Jerry and Aaron up at Medical Marijuana of the Rockies. Medical Marijuana of the Rockies is your mountain source for meds, the best clones in the state, or as Warren would remind us that they're actually called immature plants. Check out mmrockies.com. That's mmrockies.com. Their plant selection has an ever-changing list of the strains that are available. Medical Marijuana of the Rockies is open 7 days a week from 10 a.m. to 6:45 p.m. They're located 1 minute off of I-70 at exit 203. Go to the third stoplight and make a right, then an immediate left into the parking lot next to Carlos Miguel's Mexican restaurant. It's worth the drive for the mountains. The immature plants are a bonus. That's Medical Marijuana of the Rockies, mmrockies.com.
And Mayton and Matts provide criminal defense, medical marijuana defense, and advice about setting up and running medical marijuana centers, optional premises cultivation operations, and infused product manufacturing businesses throughout Colorado. With offices in Denver and Aspen, we can offer assistance throughout the entire state of Colorado. Give us a call at 303-831-8188. That's 303-831-8188. Or visit us online at warrenedson.com.
California's Attorney General has determined that the Repeal Cannabis Prohibition Act will save hundreds of millions of dollars from our overburdened justice system while creating hundreds of millions in new tax revenues from new sustainable jobs and industries that are friendly to our environment. But we can't do it without your help. We are seeking your donations to get on the ballot. Please go to repealcannabisprohibition.org to learn more about how you can help. It's time to end the war on cannabis and hemp in California. It's time to end the madness. Paid for by Sensible Californians Incorporated.
Hi, this is Teresa with Medical Alternatives Clinic. Anytime you come to see us, you will see the same local doctor, Bruce Reimers. We stay up to date and in compliance with all state laws and regulations. We have Monday through Friday appointments with one Saturday clinic a month. Notary on site that can help you with your paperwork. We also have 2 convenient locations to serve our patients, one in Colorado Springs and one in Pueblo. If you have any questions or would like to make an appointment, please call us at 719-246-0393. That's 719-246-0393.
Are you a runner? Are you a runner who supports marijuana legalization? Run on Grass is a group of athletes actively seeking to change our marijuana laws. We speak the truth about cannabis, bringing the message through our feet to new ears. Check out runongrass.com to find out more about us, our events, and how to join up or how to sponsor a runner. If you're in the Denver area, please join us for runs or start a group in your area. Running not your thing? Any sport can do it. On grass. Runongrass.com.
I'm Gary Johnson, and you're listening to iCannabis Radio, and I want to say, talk it up, Colorado.
That was awesome.
I love it.
How'd you get him to say that?
I asked him.
It's amazing what happens when you ask questions.
That is fabulous. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
I'm a fan.
And that's called a bumper. I love.
You're learning the semantics, the lexicon of radio.
The lexicon of radio. That's so awesome. Well, you are listening to iCannabis Radio, and we will talk it up, Colorado. That is awesome. Thank you, Chris. So welcome back. You know, Amy and I don't have a name for our show.
I know we need to work on that. I was supposed to work on that last week and think of something clever. I thought of good branding ideas, just not
I like that.
Words.
So welcome to our Monday night show.
Woohoo!
Woohoo! And it's that time of the month. Well, not that time of the month.
Not for us. It's Levi's time of the month. Okay, so we should be a little sensitive, a little delicate,
a little thoughtful,
have some compassion.
Yes, give him some chocolate and some pretzels. But it's time for Ask Levi from Nodo Urban Garden Supply is here to talk about any kind of grow thingy grow, whatever.
Do we have any questions to start out?
Yeah.
I put it out to the forum. I haven't really gotten a question back yet, but I was talking with some people over the weekend, some growers, and just about kind of, infestations that they've dealt with. And I wanted to know, what is the best way to sustainably treat root aphids? Because that was kind of a question that got aired, and that was a kind of an endemic that's happened that is hard to treat.
Certainly is. It is going to be hard to treat, and it's harder to treat if you're in a production of things as well. If you're in a production, if you're in a production, especially with hydro, deep water culture, it's really hard to get it out of like all the roots, and heat really makes them thrive. And they have various they have like 6 different like stages of life.
Oh, great.
So and once they get past like a real bad infestation, if you don't get them all out, it could be a problem throughout the whole time you're growing. You really have to like stop production, or if it's smaller, it's easier to take care of. But if it gets to a certain point, when they get to like stage 6 and they have like a shell on them and they're flying.
So the more mature they get, the harder they are to kill, basically.
They are, yeah, for sure.
All aphids have shells, or just root aphids?
No. Well, they're smooth, but they're like, as they get like older, they do get a little more like, they have like a little exoskeleton on them.
They're so disgusting.
They're very disgusting.
Bugs in general.
I don't actually mind bugs. I mean, I grew up in Florida. I mean,
well, yeah,
it's what you do.
You have a little ones that you can't see, and
no
then
CMs.
all of a sudden, like one day, your floor is crawling.
Yeah, that sounds awful.
That's a problem. Yeah, and it can happen that fast. Like everything will be fine. You might be checking your roots and everything, and one plant could have them, and then once it infests that one, and especially if it's in a system where they can go to all other plants, they go through the lines or whatever, then they're in that other plant, and it's hard to get rid of them.
Is there an organic way to get rid of them?
No, not really. There is not. I mean, you could like maybe you could take cuttings from a plant, so that would be the organic way. But that's like starting basically over. So if you have root aphids and you want to do the organic way, yeah, you take the cutting from it, a clone from it, put it in an isolated area, and treat the top part of it with like oils or whatever. That would be fine. Otherwise, like if you want to try to like save vegging plants that already have root mass and stuff, you can do it. You just want to be thorough with it. Have a clean room. There's a couple products on the market that you can find. Just go ask. Most of the time, it's going to be like mallet or a product called Avid. You can buy,
which is against the law in Colorado.
You can buy them actually in Colorado. They're totally against the law in California.
Well, you can't. They're on Avid's on the no list for any medical marijuana grow.
Oh yeah, no, for sure, absolutely. But I'm just saying, like, if you needed to get rid of them, and like those are the things. That was just the question.
Right, absolutely, yeah. Absolutely.
And those are really harsh. The half-life of them lasts months. So there's just.
That's a no-no for anything medical.
It's definitely a no-no, yeah.
So how do you know you have them?
Oh,
You'll know. Good early signs of it is leaf curling, stunted growth. Leaf curling is downward on the tops. The new growth will become curled.
What causes that? That seems weird.
It's
a stressor response. Generally, the leaves will be able to show you a lot of any kind of stress. So if you're a good gardener, just by looking at your leaves daily, you can tell your plants are doing what they like, what they don't like, and if they're really sick.
And roots, you really won't notice them onto the roots unless you're like really, really looking. And if you have like a couple plants to pull out, it may not be on every one, but one plant could infest, a lot. Once it gets built up, then they become these like crawling bugs. Then the crawling bugs become flying bugs, and as soon as that happens, they're everywhere.
It's like evolution in weeks.
Right.
And it can happen in days, like it'll be fine, and then all of a sudden, like I said, your floor will be crawling.
So in the medical marijuana industry, there is a lot of crossover. People trim for multiple grows, or trim crews come in, and trim at different grows, and clearly that has caused and can continue to cause spreading of a variety of things. I mean, that's probably how some of these bug things have evolved in the way that they have.
Sure.
What's the best thing that you would suggest for people to keep their area clean when they really have no choice but to have people come in who they know have been to other grows?
Go buy disposable suits.
Jumpsuits.
Yeah, jumpsuits. You could use jumpsuits as well that you could wash. They sell just the throwaway paper suits as well.
Mm-hmm. What about booties?
Booties, yeah. I mean, if they have to come into your grow, absolutely keep it super clean.
Somebody likes booties.
Booties.
Someone is a fan of booties.
I mean things that cover your feet, not the shaker.
I actually heard a funny joke today that went with booty.
Of course you did.
Come on, baby, let's hear it.
It was a true story. It was a true story, and it was like somebody that went into a laundromat, and they didn't know they didn't know that there was a dog there that was named Booty. So there was somebody that worked there that was doing laundry as well, and she was pulling out her garments or whatever.
The granny panties were coming out.
Yeah, but it was funny because she's like, "Oh, these booty hairs are all over." He's like, "You put booty hairs all over," and everyone started laughing.
That's awful.
Yeah.
I like that.
Somewhat. It's a little maybe too visual.
So hopefully there won't be any booty hairs in one's plants.
Yeah, you don't want any of the booty hairs.
No booty hairs.
No booty hairs.
I also heard.
Keep it clean.
I also heard recently someone that was telling me that I was asking about bringing other plants into proximity to a grow, and wondering if that would present a problem. And the person I was talking to said, really the bigger problem would be animals and the potential dirt and bugs that animals bring in. If someone brings their dog to the grow or things like that. What do you think about that, Levi?
Absolutely. Animals have to stay out of the grow. They're nice. They have a good vibe, but they're definitely, if they're outside, if they're not an indoor dog, always indoors. Even those dogs go outdoors to use the restroom.
Sure.
So, yeah, they definitely, especially in the summer, that's not a good idea, is having your dog in your room at all.
I think that's really hard for people. I think that one of the things that lots of growers like to do is
have their dog around.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
No, it's not a good thing. I definitely wouldn't have it in any of, especially medical. Yeah. I do, however, like animals around, just around the shop. I think that's a good thing. If the product's already done, that's fine. But if they're in the shop, I think that's a patient type of healing when they come in. I agree. Yeah, if it's a good dog.
And you have a dog that often comes to your store.
Yeah, he's a puppy. Puppy face. He's really old. His name's Kaiser Sose.
Oh, from The Usual Suspects?
Yeah.
That's a great movie.
Kaiser's a great dog, and we'll just have to put a shout out to our friend Kat, because Kaiser had a stroke on Friday, and Kaiser's fine. He's doing well, but we just want Kat to know that we're thinking about her and Kaiser.
Absolutely.
Oh, breaks my heart. Anything else you wanted to let people know? Anything, other topics that you wanted to bring up today, Levi?
Sure, I'll bring up one more, I guess. The growing season for outdoor is coming up, and so support that, because outdoor has unique properties that I think people like. It can be it can be bad just because, the weather. You have to, it's if you take good care of it and you can shelter it in some cases or bring it out of the wind, just do one or so. You'll get, there's extra spiritual properties in the outdoor or some that you don't get in the indoor, I believe.
For a first-time gardener, when would you recommend them planting out their young veg plants or their seedlings?
Well, Colorado's unique because of the weather. So, it can snow in June,
into
July.
May, June, July,
you never
hail.
know. But really, even with people have like greenhouses in their back or whatever, even heated, like you don't want to put any of the herb marijuana outside until like probably June around here. And you could start them inside. I wouldn't recommend them being only about a foot tall at their highest, but because if you start them way too early, they'll start going into flowering early, and then when they hit June, July, they'll go back into veg.
Gotcha.
Yeah, because it's just like the timing of like the light
cycles and the day length.
So I wouldn't
interesting.
recommend putting them out too early, so you still got a little bit of time to get them started and stuff. Same with like your veggies. I wouldn't put them out until about June.
Sounds good.
And of course, a word to the wise. This probably goes without saying, but if you're going to grow outdoors, please don't grow where your neighbors can see it.
Yes.
You're bound to have problems. You've all seen the American Weed episode where the cops go by and see the huge plants next to the fence, and just do yourself a favor. Be smart.
Yeah. Keep them small. You don't be afraid to prune them down or bend them down. And
it'll
also,
actually help flower production.
Absolutely. And you could even order seeds that are have ruderalis in them that auto flower. So those finish in 8 weeks from seed to finish. They're pretty sweet.
Excellent. Well, I'm looking forward to planting my vegetables and stuff. I'm really excited. Yeah.
Me too.
Be spending a lot of time at Nodo Urban Garden Supply.
Nodo Urban Garden Supply is going to have like a bunch of starts. We're starting them, yeah. So they'll be... Sorry about that.
It's okay.
That was the Mario theme.
Yeah.
From it's the underground one. It's like da-da-da-da-da.
I love how you know that.
That was the only video game my mother let me play.
Yeah, classic. So we'll have some starts started. I have probably a couple people that are going to donate some starts that we should have started about a couple weeks ago. But I'll be able to get some in, and they'll be at a really good price.
I'm already purchased. Already sign me up.
Yep. Okay.
I'm very excited. Excited.
I'd like to anyone that's into organic soil or that is trying to garden this year in their backyard or whatever. Soil's fine around here. Like, you'd be amazed on how good tomatoes taste with just the natural soil or whatever. I do recommend adding maybe an inch or two on the top just to get some seeds started if you're to get when you start planting your corn or your lettuce or whatever. But from there, your soil is fine, so you don't need to amend it too much. I would recommend using a compost tea to revive it,
which you can get free at your store.
Yes,
all your customers can get them free. Bring your container, and Levi will walk you through. Are you shrinking?
I thought my eyes were just like tripping. I was like, I need to drink some water on the break. I was like, I see Levi shrinking, and that I don't know if that's happening or not. Or
I had my foot.
It's Monday.
It's a little intense for a second. I just like did that. You didn't see me do it, but I totally did.
I thought I was shrinking.
Well, thank you so much, Levi. It's awesome. As always, you were awesome and wonderful. Levi is from Nodo Urban Garden Supply, located at 1330 27th Street in Denver. That's just a few blocks northeast of Coors Field. You can reach them at 303-296-3424. That's 303-296-3424. Don't forget to tell them that Levi sent you. Because you heard about him on iCannabis Radio, and he or Kat or John will give you a hell of a deal, right?
Yes, we will. If you say that makes all the better.
That's right. So we will be back in a flash.
Dragon Juice, an all-natural foliar spray made from organic products. A unique recipe developed in Denver over the past 6 years to fight not only spider mites, it also keeps mold and mildew at bay and promotes nutrient uptake. An all-in-one product great for your garden, for use in veg or flower, lights on or off. A healthier plant is a better plant and more able to naturally deter pests and other problems. Dragon Juice is perfect for you. Enhance plant growth, better tasting flowers, and repel spider mites naturally. Dragon Juice is available in Colorado and Northern California. Or you can order online from anywhere in the world at dragonjuice.org. Dragonjuice.org. Or call 303-912-2013. 303-912-2013. Dragon Juice.
There's Sarah's Medicated Teas. With over 50,000 tea bags sold, Sarah's Medicated Teas have quickly become the most popular and effective way to medicate without smoking. Tea bags are made with loose leaf tea and fine hash keef, separated into 4 med bases in 1/3 and 1 full gram strengths. Our keef infusion process has a consistent dose in each bag. Sarah's Medicated Teas come in 20 flavors. Enjoy hot or over ice. Sarah's Medicated Teas can be found in MMJ centers across the state of Colorado. Check out our website at www.mmjfarm.com. www.mmjfarm.com. Sarah's Medicated Teas. When you need to medicate, it's tea time.
Let's face it, rules and regulations are complicated, especially in the field of medical marijuana. Let Medical Marijuana 101 help you get through the compliance process. We can also explain to you your employment requirements, your employees, and your business. But our work doesn't stop there. Our experience in cultivation ranges from the design of grow rooms to the diagnosis and resolution of grow problems. Visit us at www.medicalmarijuana101.com or call 303-388-7706. That's 303-388-7706.
Welcome back. Welcome back. Thank you again, Levi. That was wonderful.
You're welcome. I would just like to also add, I think I have somebody that owes me a favor, and she's willing to teach. So I'm also going to be setting up, hopefully by next week or in 2 weeks when I come back, that I will have a little schedule for you, and like we're going to be doing some seminars of like transplanting or graphing cactuses, stuff like that.
Oh, that sounds wonderful. Excellent. All the cool stuff's going on at Nodo Urban Garden Supply.
Oh, yeah.
So, Amy, we got your friend coming on in a minute.
Oh, yes. He just texted me. He says, I'm here. I was in the shop. He says, we have to play a little joke on him because he was texting me his number so I wouldn't forget it, and then he kept like doing the 420 meds thing because that's the the number ratio. And so he asked me what his number was, and I was like 8675309. So maybe when we call him, we should ask for Jenny.
That's right. That's right. Ready? We're ready. This is always my favorite part.
I feel like that could be a good dubstep start.
Good evening. This is Jenny.
That's not funny. That's not funny. We wanted to do that.
That's why I love Ian.
You can't get the best of me when I'm watching your show.
Oh, creepy. You're watching and on it at the same time.
Long time listener, first time speaker.
That's not true. Haven't you been on before?
Never.
What? Liar.
No, I've never been on.
Oh.
This is my first time, and I'm thrilled and honored to be a part of it.
Well, we are thrilled and honored to have you.
You're not nervous?
A little bit,
You're
but
shaking,
luckily
huh?
nobody can see that my hair's messed up.
Oh, I'm not so lucky. No, I'm just kidding.
So we're talking to Ean Seeb of Denver Relief, and we want to ask you questions and find out more about the Green Team.
Absolutely. Shoot away. Whatever questions you have for me, I'll try and answer them.
Well, first of all, what the hell is the Green Team?
What the hell is the Green Team? Well, we started Denver Relief opened in 2009, and when we opened Denver Relief, it's kind of funny. I was looking back at our first meeting minutes from almost 3 years ago the other day, and some of the very first things that we have on there, before there was MMAPA, before there were any indigent patient programs, we set out to say that the point of Denver Relief was to help people and that there would be an indigent care program available for it. The indigent care program has nothing to do with Denver Relief, or has nothing to do with the Green Team, but it's another thing that we offer. But as far as social action and giving back to the community, it's something that both Kayvon, one of my business partners, and myself wanted to do. Kayvon has been a mentor with Denver kids for the past 5 years. I'm involved with a number of different charitable organizations in the community. And in order to be treated like any other business, we kind of came to the realization very early on that we need to act like any other responsible business in the industry, in any industry, not just a medical marijuana industry. So we started the Denver Relief Green Team with the point of giving back to the community. So when you come into Denver Relief, you'll find a 50-gallon barrel that is wrapped with a wrap that is a permanent food drive that we have going on. We have a coat drive that we do during the winter. Last year we gave to CASA, which is an organization off of Federal Boulevard for kids who have been affected by domestic violence. This past year we collected a few hundred pounds of coats for a Indian tribe up in South Dakota who was turned off from the power grid from the inability to pay their bills.
Wow.
And it just, it's something unique. And that was in affiliation with Todd Young down in Boulder, with, I believe, Boulder County Caregivers. He's been doing something like that for a long time and asked us to be a part of it. So the Green Team contributed. All of our patients immediately responded. And within a few days, we had piles of coats like 4 and 5 feet high stacked in the corner in our shop.
Nice.
And the big piece, I guess, is really what we're, I guess, speaking about tonight was the 420 rally, the cleanup. And as you know, Colorado has the world's largest 420 rally, takes place at Civic Center Park every April 20th. And the organizers do a really good job. But one of the things that we saw lacking was really irresponsibility and not being a good member of the community on part of many of the attendees who go there. And, to them it's a recreational pot party. And we recognize the need that we as medical marijuana center business owners and in the industry need to project a good image of us. And when you have people out at the Capitol smoking pot, not doing, hanging out, celebrating 420, but then not being responsible members of the community and not picking up their own trash and not doing things that should just be done because it's the right thing to do, that's where the Green Team steps in. So we have a whole group of volunteers. This year, because of Amy, we're doing this. We're delighted that we're going to be doing this in association with Kush Magazine and perhaps a few other medical marijuana centers. Illusion Glass at 238 Broadway is going to be a part of this. And anybody who wants to can contact Denver Relief. They can call the number that I gave Amy, 303-420-MEDS, or go to our website, denverrelief.com, and there's a Contact Us tab, and fill out some information. Fill out the Contact Us information page. Let us know that they're interested in joining the Green Team. And then on 420, we'll have our Green Team members. We'll be contacting everybody in advance. We'll have them come to Denver Relief. Kayvon, my business partner, also owns Sexy Pizza. Sexy Pizza will be providing food to all the members of the Green Team.
Yummy.
We'll be providing free drinks to everybody. We'll be providing Green Team T-shirts, and it's a white T-shirt, says Green Team very bold on it across the front. And we'll go en masse in a bus. We've coordinated for transportation. We'll give everybody green latex gloves and green trash bags and ask everybody to help us pick up trash for a few hours. At the end of a few hours, this year we're going to do something a little bit more unique. Previously it's just been volunteer basis, but this year, as far as people actually registering their bags of trash, they're going to come to a check-in spot where they're going to check in their bags of trash, and as they check in bags of trash, we'll be giving them coupons for a drawing that's going to take place at Illusion Glass shortly after the rally ends, around 6 o'clock that evening. Illusion's having a huge after party with Hitman, and he's debuting the pieces from his chess book. And Illusion has generously offered to provide a bunch of pieces that they're going to be giving away to the contributing members of the Green Team, some of them valued as high as $600.
Holy smokes.
And so it's really just a good day to come out, help be a responsible member of society, be a responsible member of the marijuana community, give back, and hopefully get something out of it.
That's awesome.
Woohoo! Social responsibility.
That's wonderful. That's wonderful. Tell us again how, if people want to get in touch with you, what's the phone number again? I think it's 867-5309.
Let's not confuse people, George.
Sorry, I was just explaining this earlier. We're not good together sometimes.
303-420-MEDS. 303-420-MEDS.
303-420-MEDS. Really easy to remember.
That's right.
And they can go to Denver Relief and
denverrelief.com.
And click on the Contact Us tab.
Click
Absolutely.
on Contact Us, and there's just a short form. You can put in your name, your phone number, your email address, and just a quick note to say I'm interested in joining the Green Team. And one of us, probably me, will get back to them within 48 hours or so and get them signed up. And we're hoping, if there's any other medical marijuana center owners that are listening that own reputable medical marijuana centers, we would love for you to be a part of it. This is not exclusive to Denver Relief. Last year, Grassroots Health and Wellness helped, Colorado Care Facility on Colfax, Alpine Herbal Wellness in Cherry Creek, Act for Colorado was contributing, Be Goods at 80 South Pennsylvania. We had 5 or 6 medical marijuana centers. And really, it's open. Denver Relief started the Green Team, but the Green Team is not about Denver Relief. The Green Team is about responsible medical marijuana patients giving back to the community.
Absolutely, absolutely. Any plans for the Green Team to do other events aside from this annual event?
Absolutely. One thing that I failed to mention that we also offer at Denver Relief in our courtyard in the summer months, April through September, one Saturday of every month. This will be the third year that we do it. We do a free bicycle and wheelchair repair clinic. It's generally been in association with Edgeworks up off of I believe 11th and Broadway, and we have a Tech, the brand Trek bicycles. We have a Tech Trek.
Trek Tech.
Thank you.
Trek Tech. Gotcha.
Who comes in, and it's a free bicycle and wheelchair repair clinic for anybody in the community. You don't need to be a medical marijuana patient. We have people just driving by, the Mormon gentlemen who are on their missions who cruise up and down Broadway. We've repaired their bicycles a couple times over the past few years.
Why are you laughing? Why are you laughing?
Why what?
They put a boatload of miles on their bikes. Boatload of miles.
It's true. In
a suit.
In a pantsuit. So.
We do that, and we're always looking for more activities. If somebody has a unique idea for us to do with social action, we'd be happy to consider it.
Excellent. Oh, Ian, this is wonderful. Thank you so much. And it's great to do this particular event because, I sort of have mixed emotions about 420. I understand, and we've been talking today about the holiday that is 420, and that's all well and good. But the fact of the matter is, if that's all that people see in the entire year, it's not the image that we want to portray. But thank you so much for balancing that out with being responsible.
Well, thank you. We feel more like it's our obligation as opposed to a choice. In order to be treated like any other industry, we need to start acting like any other industry, and being responsible and doing things that show us in a better light is what we need to see more of. And if we can contribute to it in any way, we will do so.
I think other industries need to follow your lead as well, because there's a lot of industries that are not.
That's right. Absolutely.
Wouldn't you guys love to see a trash cleanup in Civic Center Park from all the liquor stores cleaning up all the bottles?
Oh, yeah.
Well, how about over
awesome.
the weekend? My store is right off of the St. Patrick's Day parade route, and it was horrible and disgusting, and it was just a mess. And granted, that's a family event. A drunken family. It's a drunken family event. The parade, at least, is. But it's amazing. Do people not know how to throw things in a garbage can?
Apparently not.
Well, some of it was
or use bathrooms.
Right.
A lot of it was leftovers too, on the floor.
Multiple iterations of that phrase right there.
Well, thank you so much, Ian. We've been talking to Ean Seeb of Denver Relief, and the Denver Relief who started the Green Team. If you're interested, you can call 303
420 meds
or visit denverrelief.com. Ian, thank you so much, and we're going to take a break. We'll be back in a minute. Whoop, whoop.
Hi, this is Teresa with Medical Alternatives Clinic. Anytime you come to see us, you will see the same local doctor, Bruce Reimers. We stay up to date and in compliance with all state laws and regulations. We have Monday through Friday appointments with one Saturday clinic a month. Notary on site that can help you with your paperwork. We also have 2 convenient locations to serve our patients, one in Colorado Springs and one in Pueblo. If you have any questions or would like to make an appointment, please call us at 719-246-0393. That's 719-246-0393.
Hey, this is Stickman from Overgrow the Radio. Join us on April 20th at 10 a.m. at the Sylvan Theater in D.C. We're there to send a strong message to the feds once again for the second year in a row about their failed drug policy and the need to end it. Special guests include Sean Dunnigan from LEAP, Jason Love from Cannabis Health News Magazine, yours truly, and many more to come. You can contact us at overgrowthegovernment.org or by email at stickman200210@gmail.com. Please be involved in whatever way you can. It will take us all standing together to end this madness. Peace.
Sarah's Medicated Teas. With over 50,000 tea bags sold, Sarah's Medicated Teas have quickly become the most popular and effective way to medicate without smoking. Tea bags are made with loose leaf tea and fine hash keef, separated into 4 med bases in 1/3 and 1 full gram strengths. Our keef infusion process has a consistent dose in each bag. Sarah's Medicated Teas come in 20 flavors. Enjoy hot or over ice. Sarah's Medicated Teas can be found in MMJ centers across the state of Colorado. Check out our website at www.mmjfarm.com. www.mmjfarm.com. Sarah's Medicated Teas. When you need to medicate, it's tea time.
Are you a runner? Are you a runner who supports marijuana legalization? Run on Grass is a group of athletes actively seeking to change our marijuana laws. We speak the truth about cannabis, bringing the message through our feet to new ears. Check out runongrass.com to find out more about us, our events, and how to join up or how to sponsor a runner. If you're in the Denver area, please join us for runs or start a group in your area. Running not your thing? Any sport can do it on grass. Runongrass.com.
Experience the healing power of flowers at the 2011 Best Meds Competition winner in Colorado Springs. Canna Caregivers off North Academy Boulevard and the Canna Center on Power south of Constitution. Call us at 719-597-6685 or 719-597-9333. Mention you heard this ad on Normal Radio and receive half off any CC concentrate purchase.
Welcome back to iCannabis Radio. I'm Georgia.
I'm Amy.
Hi.
Oh, Levi.
That was like Charlie Brown right there.
It was so cute.
Hi.
It's like, hi.
And then Levi's here. I love it. What a fun show we've had.
No, super giggly. I almost had a little giggle attack, so I'm glad I
pulled it together.
Pulled it together.
Well, I hope we see a lot of participation in the green team. I would challenge not only patients but definitely industry personnel to get involved. You don't have to do it under the name of your company. You don't have to wait for your company to do it. You just have to say, wow, I'm involved in this, and I think it's the right thing to do.
Are they going off weight or how many bags you collect?
I asked Ian when we sat down and we talked about this, and they collected probably like 2 tons worth of garbage last year. It was that much. Yeah, because we calculated how many pounds each bag could hold, how many bags they collected, and it was roughly 2 tons.
What is it that people leave? I mean, it sounds like
everything. Like, just if they're eating, they leave that. If they have drinks, they leave that. Some people leave clothing. Like, what happens when you sit there and probably consume more than you've consumed all year? You forget things.
Like your clothes?
Yeah.
Sometimes.
He's like, sometimes it gets a little hot. I'm just saying.
Wow.
But yeah, so they do pick up a lot. The time commitment actually isn't that much, surprisingly. It's only about an hour, 2 hours. And then, you do whatever you want to do. You still get to experience the event, of course, and celebrate. And then you get involved with all these raffles. I mean, to win an illusion glass piece is... People are just gonna be like, "Whew."
Yeah, absolutely. Well, and the the event kind of culminates at 420. Everyone does their general smoke together, and then it disperses pretty quickly.
Right. Yeah, it's definitely as the build up, and then it just kind of goes. So you won't really be missing too much, and you'll get fed free clothing and chances to win.
Not the clothing that they pick up.
Well, I don't know. If you find something really
I guess,
good.
if you wanted to. Some purple shoes.
Yeah, some purple shoes.
Maybe some purple shoes.
I know.
That's
People
awesome.
I've gotten 4 compliments on the purple shoes today.
They're super awesome. They're super awesome.
I could make that 5.
High five.
Do you have purple shoes?
Well, actually, another comment on those shoes, I bought my, I don't know, it was like, she was really young, and I was babysitting her on her birthday, so I was like, all right, let's go shopping, whatever. Got her all kinds of stuff. We ended up going to the Aldo or the Cherry Creek Mall, and I went in to get some shoes for myself at Aldo, and she while I was trying stuff on, she already had somebody helping her and getting shoes on, and she tried these 5-inch heels that were that color, that pink or whatever, and she wanted them so bad, so I bought them for her. And
her mom killed you.
Her mom and her grandparents definitely killed me, but it was the funniest thing because they were like, okay, well, we'll let you have them at the house, because she could walk in them, so it was funny. So the first day She ends up taking him to school in her backpack. Mom gets a call like, yeah, your daughter is here, like trying to go out to play on the playground with 5-inch heels on.
That's awesome.
Oh, wow.
And weird and funny all at the same time.
Weird and
I love it.
My bad.
I love it. That's great. That's great.
It means you're going to be in trouble. That only gets worse, the shoe habit.
It was well, she's like way older now, and she like she like missed the size of like wearing them. Like her feet like grew like so much that she didn't even really get to wear them.
Yeah, you can't. Kids and shoes are a tough mix. That's for sure. That's for sure. So what do we got going on next week?
We got a lot of stuff going on, as usual. Well, later this week,
yeah.
we also have the Thunderdome, and Jason loves Cannabis Health News magazine. I even have a T-shirt. I can't believe I just messed that up a little bit. Yeah, repping for the other mags. So that will be on Wednesdays, the Thunderdome. And then Thursday, we also have Overgrow the Government at 7 p.m. And then following that, we'll have Colorado Health News Magazine with Josh Stanley.
Yep, Josh is going to be on Jason's show on Thursday evening.
And actually, next Monday, he'll be joining us.
That's right.
I think he's going to have a better time with us. But
I don't know. Jason's pretty fun. Jason
is pretty fun. He's a party on wheels.
He is a party on wheels. And I was thinking about, as Ian was talking about, doing the Trek Tech, we are looking for some hot pink metal paints.
Oh, yes.
If any of you know where we can get really good, high quality metal paint, hot pink, we need to paint some wheelchair wheels, the handle parts. So if anyone has some ideas, please let me know.
How many wheelchairs?
Just one wheelchair. Just one. We just need one thing of paint.
The most important.
But it has
wheelchair.
to be, it's the king wheelchair, but it has to be really, really good paint so it doesn't chip off quickly.
Well, you should let me look at it. I might be able to get it powder coated.
Oh. Well, it's right there. So we can look at it in just a minute.
We're very girly right now in this moment. I'm just going to say that.
That's right. We're very happy to.
While I'm remembering, I want to thank this week's sponsors, Mile High Wellness, Nodo Urban Garden Supply, Sarah's Teas, Edson Mayton and Mats, Medical Marijuana of the Rockies, Canna Caregivers, Mile High Wellness, Medical Marijuana 101, and, of course, Run on Grass.
Absolutely. And we would like to thank Kush Magazine and MMD of Colorado for their continued support as well. I'm really excited for our show next week. As you said, we're going to have Josh Stanley on, and we are going to talk to Josh about the new organization that he and his brothers have started called the Realm of Caring, and they are very committed to helping cancer patients. And
I'm already intrigued.
Oh, it's amazing, and he spent a great deal of time talking at the Patients Out of Time event last week, and they're really pumped about it. We'll have to ask him a couple questions about American weed.
Of course.
We just have to. He has been out of the country, and so he has not been watching. Right. But we have been. And we will tease and make fun. Warren and Derek, they were also on, the one that you were just on too. I had a little teeny tiny cameo. You could see the panning. It's amazing. Every time I'm ever on TV, I'm talking. Every single time. And it's like every time I have a picture, an unplanned, unstaged picture of myself and my son, I always look like I'm yelling at him. Like I have a stern look on my face. I'm like, oh my gosh, I just need to shut my mouth and smile a lot more. So it should be a great show. We also are contemplating a glass show once a month. I'm currently in negotiations with a certain someone
with long dreads.
Yes.
And a scruffy beard, a large beard.
Who's sometimes silly
and sarcastic and sardonic.
Bastard! Sorry. Sometimes that just comes. I'm like, Chris is trying to tell me something. Chris is trying to. Sorry. I had a little moment there. But yeah, so we have a lot of exciting things coming up. We want to really make this show as well-rounded as possible. I mean, I think that that Levi spot is wonderful, and that Warren doing the news is really great. And I mean, Amy and I are just fascinating.
Well, no one can really light a candle to it.
That's right.
Hold a candle.
We are who we are, and it's just amazing. But we'd really like to thank you guys for staying with us and listening every week. And as iCannabis radio station gets bigger and bigger and more shows, we hope that there's a wider berth of listeners, because we'll expand all the things that we're talking about. And if you're interested in being a sponsor on one or more shows, please don't hesitate to contact me, Georgia at Medical Marijuana 101. That's Georgia at Medical Marijuana 101. I'd be happy to let you know what we can do for you.
Woohoo!
Yes.
If you have any ideas, if you want to hear something or you're interested in a topic, please do not hesitate to contact us, either through the website or through those personal emails once again.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. And Levi, as always,
Thank you.
we just love you.
Thanks. I love you all both. Too.
Let's give him blushing. And we'd like to thank our producer, Chris Custer. Chris, thanks for rocking it tonight.
Colonel Custer.
Thank you.
Colonel Custer does a great job. Excellent. Well, we will see you in 1 week.
Woohoo!
Thanks for listening to iCannabis Radio.
Good night.
Good night.
Judge not the world by your abilities. Their eyes may see a different view than you. Let not them blind you with technologies. Their progress might not be for you. Well, you gotta fight for your rights and be yourself. You got to strike out once, my friend, if you want liberty. Well, you gotta fight for your rights and be yourself. And you got to strike out once, my friend, if you wanna be free. Go ask the people in America. They seem to know what's best for you to do. Go ask the black man in South Africa about the justice and the freedom he knew. And it's true that you gotta fight for your rights and be yourself. You got to strike out once, my friend, if you want liberty. Well, you gotta fight for your rights and be yourself.